Hi, Buzz Josie. Why are you watching countdowns? What are you waiting to happen? Is this how you're getting through early morning, late night shifts? By just putting on a progressive series of countdowns? I liked watching the guy who did the BBC News breakdown, how he was coming up with it. I thought that was cool. That was a cool guy. I liked his vibe. I liked his pepper. Though not so salty. So are you just watching the countdown and then going to a new countdown? Nice. You can do it as much as you want. You don't have to just do it occasionally. I do think that, like, I'm worried what you're doing to your brain, Josie, if you don't let that countdown lead somewhere. Because you know you're not allowed to, you have to give a cat a treat after you play with the laser, because otherwise they get really frustrated that they never catch the laser and they develop like an obsession. Decount music can do. You know, I decount music earlier. What if I put the microphone where it's supposed to be? What if I put the microphone where it's supposed to be? And that'll help. Hey Catbox, why don't you actually tidy your desk? Gonna happen, is it? I'm just worried. I'm worried you're trapping yourself in the time vortex. You know, like that's absolute time vortex stuff. You're a person that appears in Doctor Who and they're like, oh, I'm trapped in the time vortex, and the Doctor's like, ooh, that's a bit bad. That's a bit bad. Probably gonna, I'll save you, but there'll be some whimsy. And if you don't want any whimsy involved in your rescue, good luck. You know what I mean? That's all he's about. Bit of whimsy. Well, okay, that's cool. I've been hitting very wild sleep patterns, and I've finally gotten to the point where I'm waking up the cats, which is quite nice. So me doing my life is their alarm. Me saying, where's my stinky boys? That's their alarm. Sean's got such good taste in music. Where's my lovely stinky boys? I've got one of them on the window here. Don't know where Beak's gone. So I mean, I think the chat's quiet. I don't think I've been raided yet for anything, so I think chat's quiet enough. I can get real for a bit. So I'm detoxing off of sertraline. Stopped taking me sertraline because it was just making me too. And I'm all over. Josie, there's a non-0% chance I'm going to fall asleep during stream. Thank you very much. I just need my brain back. I need my brain to make money. So I'm having to turn it back on. And I'm not thrilled. I was enjoying that being turned off. Now it's back on. Woof. Oof. I'm so sorry, Buzz Josie. As always, you're a leader in the field of being cool. Oh, I'm on like week 2 maybe, and it's still going. I'm not sure though. My perception of time is a little wiggly. After Wednesday's stream, I went like straight to bed, and I then had a dream that I was still doing the stream, and then when I woke up, I was really confused because I was like, not that much. I think it was only like 100 milligrams. But I feel like I was well in the syndrome zone. And I've deliberately not pathologized it too much by finding out the whole deal. All I know is it was rattling my noggin, something awful, and it continues to do so. Oh, it could be the tinnies. Look, between you and me, it could just be the tinnies. Well, don't tell anyone it's coming up. I was like, I want to set it up so that I can zoom in, but I don't want to Sammy program this source to get bigger and smaller. So I was like, I've got loads of webcams. I'm just going to put up another webcam. Is there some kind of zoom? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Hi Maggie, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't want to know. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Do you think during the French Revolution that they were like, oh, we've got all these nobles, what are we going to do with them? And they didn't want to, like, someone was saying, like, hey, just shut up. Hey, just shut up. People are going to get mad about it again. Hey, shut up. And so they were in the back of the French, the 3 estates that were meeting, and one of them was just like, and they were like, what? Oh. And then, they got carried away. Those are shelves. Those are shelves I got from B&M Bargains. I was gonna put them up there. I'm gonna put them up there, and then I lent my sister my drill for a while, and I lost the motivation to do it, and so now they live there until I figure out where I want to put them. Because I also had an idea that I'd put them on that wall behind us, the cat wall. And I could have like some sort of more increased cat adventure situation, but I'm still stuck on this house is made from over 100-year-old bricks, and they're fucked. And so every time I take a drill to them, I'm like, I'm gonna come back on this. I am doing lasting, profound damage to you. The cat wall. There's a hello that says F. There's an alien from IKEA. There's a load of muck on there because I need to give it a hoof. Cat tree. And then all the Warhammers I got hyper-focused on and then unhyper-focused on for a bit. Jade had been circling Warhammer for a bit, and it was really funny because Jade was like, yeah, cool, we'll paint, cool. But then by the time Jade had organised enough stuff that she was like, oh cool, I can stop painting, I'd already moved on. You know that gif of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers where they're like, shh, in the arms. ADHD people and autistic people, but the arms just totally miss. They're still like super strong, but the arms just miss. I could have just edited that, couldn't I? I could have just got a JPEG and edited this. What is words if not the Photoshop of the mind? You ever thought about that? You ever thought about... Oh, I don't like it. Now Adobe owns my brain. Oh no. Not these guys. Not these bozos. Am I gonna have to up the energy levels? Is that what I'm gonna have to do? Am I gonna have to get big? I'm gonna have to get hyped. Oh yeah, we should hit it. We should hit it. I saw Josie Russell and Josie Hypatia in. We should hit a tripler. It's that long. They let anyone in here. They let anyone in here. Not these days. These days, they let anyone in here. I miss that. I miss having a local. We really have a local around here. Oh, here we go. Thank you for the raid, Sean. Ah, yeah. You know, they let anyone in here. Hi, Summer. Hi, Josie Russell. Hi, King of Time. Hi, Martine. Hi, Brady. Hi, Gomo. Still haven't fixed it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll play it manual. I'll play one for you, manly buddy. Manly buddy, man.
This is the one thing we didn't want to happen.
Hi, Oracle. Thank you for the sub. Look at that. Look at all these Dr. Pisses flying out. I'll never change it. Hi, good P.
Hello, small cat.
Hi, Sheriff Pup. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Manly buddies in the chat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a high T zone. You think I'm talking about testosterone? Nope. Oh yeah, no, something's broken. Oh, it's giving me some... Can I do a good bit? Yeah, sure. I think that counts, actually. I think calling something a high T zone and having a sip of tea. Counts as a good bit, to be honest. Okay, let me try this. Let me see whether this runs. Doesn't it run? The joke alert also doesn't work. Do you know what? I've done no work on my stream for a week. I've done no work. I made the whale game.
This is the one thing we didn't want to happen.
Thank you. I put a hat on too soon out of the shower this morning. So if you look at the back, where's there a light? Here we go. It's got like a big divot. Ah. That's cap hat. That's cap hat. Hat cap. Hat hair. Cap hair. I was like, I got nothing to do. Yeah, big divot. That's cap. No, it's true. It's for real. For real, for real. Why isn't Curry Player working? That's the question. That is the question. Whether to suffer the slings and arrows of Outrageous Fortune. Look, slings were enough. Outrageous Fortune hitting me with a sling. Fucking hell. But then when the arrows came in, that was too much. Okay. Let's get Curry Player working. What? 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 What are you talking about? There's no camera 2. There's no mini camera. What are you talking about? These guys think there's another camera. Idiots. These guys. Bloody hell. God, people believe anything these days. You know what I mean? People believe anything. These days, people believe anything. Okay. Why aren't you working? Yeah, there's no second camera. Aha! Oh no. Okay. You'll believe anything. You'll believe anything. I mean, it's not a terrible oh no. I just have to type the word documents 18 times. Like, I can fix it. I will fix it. I must fix it. You'll believe some things but not others. That's quite arbitrary of you. You know? That's quite arbitrary. Well, they hiding behind the ice wall. The zombies, the zombulons. Second camera turned your nan's hair blonde. I don't believe you. Sounds like ball lightning to me. Ball lightning shit. Thank you, Big Papa Peter. Finally someone who's got a coherent methodology for comprehending the universe. Ball lightning shit. Oh yeah, we live in... Martin, I'm sorry this wasn't made clear at the top of the stream, but I don't usually do Atlas stuff. Try and save that for another stream. But we live in a giant bowl of ice. And then some of the ice got melted, and that's where we live. And then if you go beyond it, beyond the melty bits, there's like whole other droplets of melted earth bit that you can live in. And they've all got names like Josie Hypatia's name, actually. They're like called Hyperborea and stuff. And the Tartarian Empire's out there. Would you believe it? Tartarian Empire is still knocking about. No, the Earth's round. It's just covered in ice. And it's much bigger than you think. It sounds fake. Everything sounds fake. Everything sounds fake if you do a voice. Yeah, the Hypatia zone. What was I doing? Why am I here? These days, everything sounds fake. Why am I here? Just to suffer? Sean, what's the most fake thing you've ever heard? Oh, I'm not. I'm having a whale of a time. Okay, so you see here, the reason... Oh, also, Doc's my first name. Doc's my first name. If... I've got 4 pillows, but I only use 2. And the other... Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, but 2 of them are used solely by the cats. Solely by the cats. Pillow firmness. I would say that I'd say that I'm harsh but fair. Right? Like they know where they stand with me. And I think that's actually really healthy for them to have that relationship. Cats are very... Yeah, so I've got my sides, and then those guys just kind of park up on what is essentially a floor rope that I put on my bed. Pillow centrist, pillow Lib Dem. Yeah, it's them. It's them. Every day I try and wash their face. I try and wash Binky's face, right? Do you know what I get for it? Just complete violence. All I do is I try to be nice to them, and then look, there's one. There's some more. If this was a different kind of street, and I took my top off, you wouldn't believe the amount of scratches I got. No, you wouldn't, Brady. This is the thing. Brady, this is the thing. You think you would, but then when I'm approaching with that wet wipe, all of a sudden, no. You can't help it. As soon as you take on a parental role towards someone else then becomes baby. And you go and then you go full baby. It's imprinted in our brains. That's why they have to have metal things at the dentist, is to keep your mouth still. Because if they didn't, and the dentist was like doing this stuff, you'd be like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I tried washing my face with my spiky tongue. We're all meant to bab. All we are is bab. You think we're not bab? You think we're not bab? We're just big bab. We're just big bab. Okay, it's time to type documents instead of desktop everywhere. And do you know who's to blame for this? I just want to say, do you know who's to blame for this? It's Sean Morley. One day, Sean Morley decided he was going to make fun of my desktop, and I got so ashamed I tidied my desktop. And then it's changed the file directions for every single one of my files for everything. You helped me. Did you help me tidy my desktop, or did you just tell me I had a shamefully messy desktop? Did I see you? Oh, I'm gonna drag and drop. Oh, look at me, I'm gonna drag and drop in the recycle bin. No, you didn't. You just pointed out a problem. You pointed out a problem that I was successfully ignoring. You made it unignorable. Do you know how difficult it is to ignore your problems? I work on that every day. How messy was the desktop? Oh, it was a fucking disaster. Pop it. It was a disaster. But that's not going to stop me. And now it's mainly tidy. Oh, it had oh, funky. It had folders. Oh, it had folders. But they were all on the desktop. Okay. How many more have I got? 13. 14. The exciting thing, Sean's dealt me in on Unity now. The exciting thing is I can make... There was a lot of loose files. And there was just some JPEGs as well. I just started going through my JPEGs. There you go. Save. Okay. Why not? Why not work? Why not work? Wow, my downloads is getting messy again as well. Sean didn't even see my downloads. My downloads was huge. That's so much stuff. Stream images and videos. I'm looking for a folder called Tim Curry's. Cool. This looks good. I don't really understand what I've done wrong. Let's have a look. Yeah, this should run. Have a Tim Cormer.
Nice work, comrade.
Yeah, I guess so. Right. I used to work for a charity called Young Asian Voices, who do very, very good work. If you're ever burdened by money you don't want, I highly recommend you contribute to the great youth work done by Young Asian Voices. And I was the token white guy, because I joined and then the other white guy there left. So, quite often, they'd be talking about some of the structural issues that you will experience as a person of colour in the UK. And I just have to hold my hands up and go, sorry, that's my bad. Sorry, I'll tell the guys. Like, that's messed up. That's fucked up. I didn't even know. I'll pass it on. I'll get in the group chat. But it did mean that we'd go out for the best sort of Southeast Asian cuisine. And a lot of people knew people who worked at the restaurants. So you could ask for the staff curry. Some people would get the staff curry. The staff curry is the big pot of curry they do for everyone's tea that they don't sell. It's just a big pot that they keep running. And if you work somewhere that makes hot curry as its like thing, you're not impressed by just a hot curry anymore. You want the good stuff. So I felt a little bit like I wanted to prove myself. So one time I was like, oh yeah, I'll have the staff curry as well. And they were like, you don't want this. You don't want this heat. You don't want this heat. Reader, I did not want that heat. I did not want that heat. That heat was bad for me. Oh. That was an experience. Just Idris Elba coughing. But for potentially an evening. Tim Curry's take over from Tim Dixon's. Tim Dixon's. I miss curries. I miss, what was it that curries fused with? PC World, and even that didn't save them. Like, just do a new name. It was weird. It was like Slash. You know what I mean? It was big. I tell you what, it was big divorce energy. Can't call them curries anymore. You get banned. No. Josie, your booze can't reach KOT. Your booze cannot reach KOT. They are high-fiving a million angels. Put that on your boat and smoke it. Oh, you want to bet? You want to bet? I got a pretty good bowl, actually. I'll have you know. Got a pretty good bowl. I reckon I could throw a tinny. From Washington to London. I reckon I could do that. If I did a big enough run up, I reckon I could. Just back in the day, right? Me and my mates at school, they wanted you to do like athletic stuff because we weren't doing enough athletic stuff. We weren't winning athletics hats. You get hats? Anyway, so they're like, all right, if you go down to the school field on lunchtime, we'll get some of the stuff out and you can play with, and do it. Yeah, KOT's catching it. I'll shout, KOT go long, and then the trick is going to be getting it on a coal barge. The trick is going to be rejuvenating the coal industry, starting the coal barges down to London again, and then landing the tinny on a coal barge. That's going to be the trick. If anything, the throwing it's quite easy, right? You cannot throw a tinny in the northeast without hitting a coal barge somewhere, but none of them are going down to London. Anyway, so me and my mates, every lunchtime, when it was like the summer, they only did this in the summer, we'd go to the corner shop and we'd buy one of the slushy things, and it was like 60, 70p, and it was the most engineered sugar in the world. It was bright blue, it was practically radioactive. And we'd get hyped up on that, and we'd go and we'd throw javelins. We'd go and throw javelins all lunchtime. Do you know what? The ancient Greeks were onto something, because it's really fun throwing a javelin. You do a good throw in a javelin, and it sticks in the ground. It goes, that's satisfying. Teacher who supervised us had one eye. I don't think it was connected, but I always thought it existed as some sort of a warning. One booze. One booze, Josie. This is the trick. This is the trick. You can't come down. If you're not drinking, it's like... If you're not drinking, it's like, oh, okay, you're serious, you're not joining in, you're not breaking the social boundaries. You booze too much, you lose control. You have one drink, and then you go... you say like, oh, I've got to be up early tomorrow, and you've got both. You've got both. The people who don't like people who drink a lot, they're cool. People who do like drink a lot, they're like, I reckon we can get them on board. Big pop back. Alright. Let me... Right, I'm bringing up Google Maps. I will show you the route of the throw. I don't want any of this stuff. Okay. If you thought I was doxed before, just you wait until you see this. Just you wait. And then I want to save it. It comes to screenshots. Cool. Hello. I'm just gonna call it this. But yeah, because that's because you didn't get hopped up on sugar a lot and throw javelins. You were training your brain. Don't dox the box. It's too late. I'm on it. It's too late. I'm on it. Whee! Okay. Alright. I've got to guess. I've got to get a tinny from there to there. Okay? And I don't know whether you can see this, right? I don't know whether you're aware of this. There's a straight line. There's a straight line to be had here. Let me just remove this. Capture this window. Oh, you're not going to capture anything? It's not a thing I can capture. Cool. Love that. Love that for us. Love that every program now has anti-piracy nonsense in it. I just think that's cool. I just think it's cool that you can't take screenshots anymore, just on the off chance that you're restreaming Gossip Girl. Imagine that. Get the curvature of the Earth. Not getting me with that one. Why is it not turning up? Alright. Cool, it's just not behaving. Fine. Fine, be like that. So, I got two routes, right? Number one is I hit a big arc, right? And I'm gonna have to clear. Now here's the thing, it's downhill towards York and Leeds, right? That's fine. It's when we're getting to around, M62 area, which to be honest, we're skirting, right? We're crossing Doncaster. I don't think it's all downhill. It's literally all downhill. I know KOT was doing like a uppity, downy, northy thingy. But like, what is there higher than? If I went to, I think the highest thing between here and London is Pension Monument. You can waft, yeah, you can waft. I'd prefer it if people saluted as it went by, like the red arrows. Where's it going to and from? It's going from Newcastle upon Tyne to London. The moon? 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 So, I'm just south, just south of Newcastle. You're splitting the pins on Durham, Middlesbrough, York. You're going to cross right over Doncaster. Heading straight down, splitting the pins on Northampton. Actually, no. Yeah, London's there. So we're gonna have to go between Peterborough and Luton there. But like the only thing, what? York's not tall. York's not in the sky. Oh, the Sky City of York? Yeah, I don't think so. National Park in between. That's free airspace. I reckon I can do it. I reckon your pal Catbox can launch a tinny from here to London. And by the transitive property, that means someone in the Eiffel Tower could see me launch a tinny from here. Swing around the North Sea. I mean, this was my original plan, is try to get it on some sort of coal barge and get it along. But I suppose if I catch a strong westerly breeze, if we're looking at a strong westerly breeze high in the 90s, hang fire. And then I want this, and then I want this, and then I want this. There we go. And then I want this all the way bottom of the hierarchy. Oof, it's really struggling. Let's go. Yeah. Advanced settings. Let's get this fresh. This. Let me unsmooth this silhouette a little bit. Wow, it's still bad. Okay. That's a bit better. And then we feather it. No. Less. Okay, that'll do. I can just do a long slow throw. So here's where we're starting. Catbox will launch the tinning somewhere around, I don't want to dox the box, but somewhere around this area. And then what we're expecting is potentially a throw out, and that's eastward into the North Sea. And then ideally we'll have a strong westerly breeze, which brings us up around past the Wash over Dogger Bank, and it dips in and it's brought in by the trade currents into London. Now, those of you west of England may see signs of the tinny flying from cities such as Manchester, Sheffield, or indeed Birmingham, from any major transport hubs. You could potentially see the tinny heading across, but only if it's very clear and Catbox throws it very high. Otherwise, your best chance is for Catbox to do it through here. And I think I've explained that enough. I think I made that pretty clear, how I'm going to throw a tinny from here to KOT. It's cold in the air. It's cold high in the air, Josie, I think is what I'm relying on. So yes, I'm going to have to chuck it very fast. Yes, it will make the tinny warm. But the upper atmosphere is cold. And that's how you like your tinnies. Right? That's how you like your tinnies. I could throw it lower. The rain would cool it. KOT's hand. I mean, potentially. What I'm imagining is I'm going to have to use a closed tinny here. What I'm imagining is that KOT will spot the tinny coming in, and KOT will start sprinting in the same direction of the tinny, and then as it comes in to land, hand in, move, and will slowly break the tinny to a nice drinking. A nice drinking velocity. People are always talking about the temperature of your drink. No one's ever talking about the velocity of your drink. Absolutely. And you've got it on. I mean, I could... Oh no, my phone is very low on battery. I was going to say, I could try and launch it tonight and we'll just see how long it takes for it to arrive. We'll wait for the next secret word stream and just randomly you'll just hear a sort of a clang in the background. Expanded streaming universe. Oh, do these streamers work together? No, but they do throw cans at each other. No, I don't want to. I don't want to get my phone out and I don't want to turn it on. Because I'd have to turn this off and then I'd have to go and I'd have to get up and go. What are they going to do? No, of course not Big Papa Peter. What are they going to do? Is this a tinny? It is not wine. I don't like this. That's what they sound like. I saw him from the top of the tower. Blowing this tinny before. I don't like this. Sorry to any French people listening. I'm not proud of what I do. Period. You do it. Nothing's wrong with wine. Nothing's wrong with wine. You've not seen me on wine. You've not seen me on wine. Catch me on wine and tell me there's nothing wrong with it. That grape juice is mad. I've seen you typing on wine. That's enough, I can extrapolate. You know that bit in Chernobyl where the person from the Belarusian Institute is like, I know you've blown up your reactor. And they're like, don't be stupid, you can't blow up an RBMK reactor. And she's like, I know you've blown up your reactor. Funky, I've seen you type on wine. I can extrapolate. There's no party apparatchik which can protect you from this. I don't trust wine. I do not trust wine. I find it a scary drink. I don't like it comes in a big bottle. Don't like that. Keep it in a cellar. What is it, Dracula? Unbelievable. Do I trust Buckfast? Yes, to kill me. Buckfast at the very least. You know, you often find it next to passed out people. So you're like, alright. Alright, there's environmental storytelling going on here. I know what you do. Hi, Rosanna. Thank you very much. I've got a hat hair today, so I put a hat on. I don't like this. On the news, they say that the ice is treacherous. And what they mean by that is the ice is slippy, but ice is always slippy. So that's not treachery, that's just ice being ice. It would be treacherous if the ice was really, really good to walk on. And every time I say that, I'm mad. I'm furious. The ice is treacherous, watch out tonight if you're driving. Watch out, it's slippy. That's not how ice work. That's not how ice work. To be honest, Big Papa, Buckfast didn't really... You can still find a couple of corner shops. You can still find Buckfast, but it just doesn't make it that south of the border nowadays. South of Sycamore Gap. Can we discuss the slippy, slippery difference? Is there one? I wasn't aware of this. Break it down, KOT. Yeah, F's in the chat for Sycamore Gap. Did you know, right? Did you know? So the story on the street, right? Catbox on the street. Story on the street is that there was a farmer who bought some, basically he was a tenant farmer on National Trust land. And when you're a tenant farmer on National Trust land, there are some things you have to do, such as look after the Roman wall that runs through it, right? And you get given a big contract when you sign up for it that says, alright, cool, you can be a farmer on this land. You do have to look after the UNESCO World Heritage Site that's on it as well. And this farmer signed this contract, and then he was like, what? I don't want to pay this. I don't want to do any of this. This is...
Hello, small cat with a hat.
Hello, Anthony. Welcome. We're just talking about Sycamore Gap. How would I know, other than your name, that you're the official Anthony versus an unofficial Anthony? Would it be the type of communications you're making? Do you have an Anthony Dean unofficial that you could, try some risky opinions out on with plausible deniability? Anyway, this farmer was like, I don't want to do these things, even though definitely not interchangeable. Even though he was given a piece of paper and he signed it that said, you have to do these things. So thank you very much. I got hat hair today, so I'm wearing a hat. So he built up this feud with the National Trust because he thought they were making him do... There, that was a good one. Because they made him do some stuff he didn't want to do. And so as revenge, he hired 2 local lads to go and cut down the Sycamore Gap tree. It was a mob hit. But you have to choose something that represents the organisation. Hi, Dom. That's mad. That's mad that they got Buckfast down there and not up here. Okay, slippy versus slippery. This is my gut reaction. Is that something that is slippery has had something added to it that makes it slippery. For example, if the floor is slippery, you could have some wax or some butter on it. If the floor is slippy, the floor itself is made out of something like very smooth marble that it's easy to slip upon. I think we're focusing on Underworld, and I don't think Underworld's etymologically is where we need to be. quite quiet and quiet. Language is made up. Language is made up. You can just say that you spell it the other way. I don't like how they spell maybe. I always spell it like this. If you ever want to know whether I'm typing on an alt, this is a dead giveaway. This is how I spell maybe. Like Mabye. Do you remember Kanye? Do you remember Gotye? Welcome to Mabye. That's how it should be done. Bye-bye. This does not spark joy to me. Oh no. Oh no, Josie, oh no. Keep those separate in your brain. Don't put them together in your brain. What are you thinking about? Do you know what? I take it back. I think you got a system, Josie. I think you got a system. Who am I to judge your system? Wednesday, yeah, I'll sign off on that. Look, once we reorganize the entire alphabet, I don't see why we can't start sticking those letters together and saying, here's a new word. Here's a new word. Oh, Odin's Day? Yeah, cool. We'll spell it however the hell we want. I liked how in God of War, Odin was like a Billy Crystal character. Oh, that was mad. They took a look at Mike Wazowski and they were like, okay, cool, let's bring his energy to Odin. I think Odin should be quippy. Are you going to come up or are you just going to sit there in a hut? Because I'm streaming. I'm allowed to stream. You have been fed. Big Brain Play. Big Brain Play is the name of my podcast. Do you know what? There's a world in which I throw a tinny off Snowdonia. Just going back, just looking at the map here, I reckon I could glance a tinny off Snowdonia. I think if I aim towards Land Unknown and I head it over the top, I can nail a tinny off Snowdonia and get it to KOT. I think that's plan C. Ironically, the one that goes over the sea is plan B. Rest in peace, PTSD. They're redoing the local libraries around where I live, and they're going to fill them full of podcast studios, and I am fucking terrified. I am so terrified that they're just going to start letting podcast production tools be given to anyone. I don't think you should do that. I don't think anyone should have a podcast. I think the barrier of entry being that you have to locate and assemble podcast recording tools and edit it together is a very good barrier to entry. It's pretty low, and I think it should be there. Rest in peace, PTSD. Rest in peace, PTSD. As a person, Funky, who never really engaged with Glee, my understanding is, Big Papa, I emote completely. Socks. How many socks do you have? Do you have spare socks? As a person, were the songs real? Right? Or were they like, because in musicals, because they were taken off musicals, but in musicals, the songs aren't real. People aren't actually singing, just... Oh, maybe wearing a pair of socks then. Or one big sock. And you can sleep in it. Are the songs in Glee real? or they're like made up. Like they're imagined in the way that, you know, in Guys and Dolls, they're not actually singing to each other. Singing just represents. I mean, like, what does diegetic mean? Are you telling me the songs took place inside a giant pot in front of Alexander the Great? Aka bloody homo, you asked me. Just diegetic me. Just diegetic me. You're telling me that the music in the background music in the Blair Witch Project, in the taxi, which then was part of the Blair Witch Project soundtrack, which is a real record that was released, they couldn't hear that. They could see the witch, but they couldn't hear the music. And it's not P.T. Barnum. Oh no! Why is your... Did you smash your keyboard? Because I was being silly. I'm sorry, Sean. Oh, we're getting into this. Oh, we're getting into... What was your keyboard doing by the sink? The tins? What tins? What tins were you cleaning out? I don't understand. And why were you typing at the same time? What were you looking at? Is your computer in there? What second camera? You just... Is it connected to your phone? Like, what were you How did you know what to type? How big's this USB extender, Sean? Where's your monitor is what I'm asking. Where's your monitor? I don't understand. You don't have a 15-minute USB extender. I don't believe you. I don't think they make them that big. I think you're having me on. Sean was like perfectly simulating. And I'll grant you, the Late With Catbox Show is not a complicated show, right? Catbox sits in front of a camera, sometimes another camera, and then he talks for a bit, like it's a simple one. If you wanted to brain palace it, you could continue this show for a good while before it diverges away from what it actually is. But what I want to know, Sean, is how did you know what you were typing? Look, I've got a keyboard, right? I can go over here. I can go all the way over here. No, you're not getting more food. Oh, look at me, I'm typing away. Bing, there's a message. No, I know that. How did you know what you were typing in response to? I'm not looking at it. All right. Okay. Right. I don't have to look at the keys. It's not what keys you're pressing. Of course you know what keys you're pressing. It's in the... It's by the sink. I'm saying, how did you know what you were typing in response to? What were you looking at when you were typing by the sink? Or are you just typing randomly in the chat? How... Or you just looking at the letters and you were just saying, well, this is a nice one. Oh, I'll just press a Y now. That seems fun. I fancy typing a T today. Yes, in response. In response to what? Not in a vacuum. What were you typing in response to? You're having me... right, you're having me on. I know for a fact you're having me on. How are you watching the stream next to the sink? Well, that's fine, because you got shocked by ball lightning and you were totally fine. If there's one person I'm not concerned about getting electrocuted, it's you, Sean. Because you've already proved you're resistant to it. That means you're a ground type or another electric type. I know your type advantage. Soggy messages in the chat for sure. Please do stay safe. Okay. Back in the day, when I was writing more in a sort of educational way, I would when I was writing essays and stuff, when I'm in this, I can kind of touch type. If I know the keyboard well. I would close my eyes and I would just write what was in my head, right, with like nothing in, and then I'd fix it after the fact. And the way I'd test whether it was worth me doing that is seeing how much of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme tune I could type with my eyes closed. And so, fire. Get this off. Let's bring something else up. How long is this? 8. No, not enough. Not enough. 4. No. I want so much more drums than this. Okay, I'll just loop it. Do you remember the move? I can't loop it. Why can't I loop it? There's a loop option. Alright, cool. We're set up. Glasses off. Hats off. Sleeves. Nothing up them. I think it was Dark Fairy, actually. What have I got? Not that good. Not that good. I can do it. I can do it much further. And perfect. Anyway, welcome to the Late With Catbox Show. Oh no! Yeah, I did get it wrong. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. It's... Yeah, you would say that. I'll tell you what. Everyone that's critiquing me can close their eyes and type. Close their eyes, turn off this stream, and type as much of it as you can with your eyes closed. This is the Catbox challenge. Okay? No, you might get it wet. You might get it wet. Oh. Yeah. You might get wet from all the tins. Sean, you're the person who introduced water to the typing experience. Here's... I know, I funky, but it's good, it's good. Film yourself. Record yourself. That is the video. Eyes closed. You're miles off, KOT. You're miles off. Good try, though. Eyes closed. How much of the Fresh Prince of Philadelphia theme song you can type correctly. And then... First two characters, spot on. I think I... Why is this chess piece still in front of me? Someone get this chess piece moved. Get out of here! I'm rowdy! Hey, bitch. Monkey. Bitch. Egg. For the purposes of the experiment, we're using an egg. Oh, I can play the hits. Have you never... Wait, have you just assumed that you could? Did you just assume that you could? I love that. I love that as a cold shot. That's true. And it's also dependent on how wet your keyboard is. Oh yeah, I never learn. I just, every so often I try and type out the entirety of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song in my head. KOT, I was giving you an out. KOT, I was giving you an out. I was offering you plausible deniability there. Because I heard it's all the rage to have a wet keyboard nowadays. Why couldn't you take it? Oh, my boy. No, you're not, because your keyboard isn't wet. Of course your keyboard isn't wet. I don't believe that you were washing the tins and typing at the same time. I don't believe you. I'm being razzed by this ridiculous story you've told us. Or I'll tell Catbox anything. He'll believe it, and he will, because he's gullible. Gullible's Travels, that's a story about me. Yes! 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 My little goblin, yes! No! No, 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 no! No! Shh! My little get scratched. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Oh, I got you. Please don't panic. Please don't panic. Please don't panic. He is, but he smells so bad. There you go. There you go. Oh, I want attention. I don't want attention where you pick me up, though. Yeah, you stinky binky. I don't want attention where you pick me up. I want attention where I yell at... I want attention where I yell at you. And then you get out your chair. I can't come to chair. You have to come to me. Now he's rolled up. Oh my god. He loves to jump. Jump would be a good sound effect as well. Jump. Allergic to grass. I'm allergic to cats. I've missed this. I'll be honest. I've been trying not to follow the election because it's kind of decided. Like, the actual scores are going to be different on the day, but we know. Oh, Big Papa Peter, I guarantee you I could find something you're allergic to. Have you ever tried cyanide? I bet you're not going to chug that down. Allergic is just slightly poisoned by. That's all it is. Right. Like, the broad strokes of what's going to happen. We know. So I'm just missing it. I'm just missing this one, and I'll clue on the next one. Penicillin's like one of the worst ones. What could be worse? They don't laugh. That's mad. Did you know that when they discovered a reliable test for whether someone had been poisoned by cyanide, that the rate of unexplained deaths dropped by like 60-70% overnight when it was published? Before someone figured out that if you burnt the hair of the person, it could produce a purpley flame. If you chemically treated it, it would produce a purpley flame if it had cyanide in it. Before then, everyone was like, tastes gorgeous, tastes like sugar, just put it in your tea, bye. Just think what the effect on society that would be. You could buy poison at Boots. You could buy poison at Boots and just be like, I'm gonna do a poison. That was always an option. No one would ever know. And people were buying it daily anyway to deal with rats and stuff. It's like no one would be like, oh, you're buying cyanide? Oh, you're gonna moid someone. Don't know why that voice came out there. Moida. This is Moida. I did a music project with a local band called Field Music, who were one of Prince's favourite bands. And I didn't know who they were really. I probably should have been more impressed. But I just happened to be the only person at my work who really knew how to run Zoom things. Turns out understanding how to organise a Zoom meeting was like a key employable skill 2 to 3 years ago. Moira. What would you like to see in Voices Time, Funky? What would you like to see? I keep thinking, I'm gonna be real for a second here about like the stream in general. And like broadly, I'm pretty positive about it. I enjoy doing it. I do think it could be better. So I know you've got like, oh, it's good, chambers. We'll just assume that it's okay, right? I'll meet you in halfway through, halfway there. What would you like to see out of Voices Time? What would you like to see out of this stream? Because I feel like the late show's plateaued a bit, and I still feel like it's very replicable. Like I can keep doing it, depending on where I am in terms of my meds. You know, the quality go up and down. You'd like to see me do a little dance? I've done loads of little dances. I'm not good at dancing. Mystery guests. Here's the thing. I want to do guests, but I don't know how I would do this show with someone else just bouncing off. Like, if the show isn't just me talking, it suddenly is a different show. I mean, I can do more dancing. I usually dance when we reach a Josie zone, right? I usually dance when we reach a Josie zone. Which, at least half of it works. That's weird. Actually, that's weird that 3 people are penicillin allergic. We're now reaching statistically significant. It's just host, though. This is my problem. It's just host. And I don't believe you. I don't think it's that common. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a remarkable thing. I'm not, and I'm almost 100% of the people that I am. Yeah, what would that look like, Josie? What would that look like? Oh, Sonne Le Cloche. I don't... Well, the key thing for me is I'd like jump in, jump out if I was doing guests. But I feel bad if I was like in, out. Have you seen Lotchie's screen? I can do that. Right, though. I can be my own guest. I can barely be my own host. Never mind my own guests. Yeah, I've not done a character for a while. What was the last one? Kyle Durden. I think the issue is that I keep coming up with ideas myself of things I want to do, but they're all like very gizmo-y techie stuff. Oh, you're not allowed to have antibiotics these days. It's racist to have antibiotics. Well, you heard of anti-fat? Get prepared for antibiotics. Okay, so I wanted, and I keep bouncing off this. I wanted to make a game where, 20 questions where you have to guess which celebrity you are. I wanted to make a sub-round called Celebrity Guest, but it's spelled Guessed, where people would come on and they'd have like 10 minutes to guess who they were as a celebrity, and it would be continuing that, like, I'm a late show host, I'd put on a late, like a Conan O'Brien show background, and they'd be like PNG tubed onto a celebrity. But I don't understand audio routing or where I'd host this. Like, I've got an unused Discord that I made specifically because I wanted a space that I could run this thing out of. But then I was like, I don't want to run a Discord. Are you a mineral? Mother Teresa. And then also I need to get a load of JPEGs of celebrities, and I have to choose celebrity guests that would be kind of funny for someone to not know they are. I don't know, like, I bounced off this idea a couple of times after trying to do it, and it just never... It feels right tonally, but it's just too many moving parts. And then, I keep making little things like the Josie Zone or the Whale Game. But they're like fun novelties. They're not like a section. They're not like... Well, the issue with KOT, the issue with the hat game, and sorry to get real here, but I'm using this as like a little break because I ran out of silly steam. The issue with the hat game is we ran out of hats. There's only so many interesting pictures of celebrities wearing hats, and we were like, well, maybe people can submit them. But then I think even people were running out of hats. So like late hat game episodes, me and Sean were like, we spent ages looking up all the buildings that were shaped like hats. Not that many. You'd think there'd be more. Nope. There was a sub-round which was like crowns of Europe. Oh, there's definitely a few like unused hats. But hey. It felt tough. Like, it felt... Because the thing that me and Sean talked about this a lot was, like, it was mad that people kept winning that game. Every new hat would be like, no, they're not getting that. They're never getting that. And if you watch back, it's me and Sean sort of like going, oh, is this too much? Are people ever going to get this? And it was just this act of faith. Well... I think so. And I think if we stuck to our original sponsor, Dr. Pace, then maybe we'd have had a better chance. And it's not gone. Like, Hat Game's not gone. Eventually we'll do Hat Game again in some form, I guess. But if Hat Game probably should do with Sean. But like, I think original conception Hat Game, where it was just something silly that we did in the Discord, was good. I think that's about the level I want. But like, on a broader thing, like, do you want to see more games? And also we got a lot of the low-hanging fruit. We got a lot of the low-hanging fruit there. Do you want to see more games? Would you enjoy guests? Like, what, the 3 things you take on a desert island? Or is it, do you have to have a picture of a desert island with the celebrity on it, and then you crop out the celebrity and you have to guess which celebrity it is based on the desert island that they're on? Yeah, I think so. I think part of that, Josie, is like the USP of streaming is that I'm live and I'm talking to you right now. Partially, right? My worry is that I'm going to run out of Steam, and I can usually find Steam. On a Friday night. Somehow it comes from anywhere. But I think it would be nice to have a bit more structure to it, right? So that you know, like, oh, it's the midpoint of the Late With Catbox Show, we're going to do this. Because what I find is, like, I get to the 2-hour mark, and I say, like, this show's going to be about 2 hours. I just can't really go beyond that. Maybe if we're really in a flow, we'll go past. And I'm like, okay, I've got to land this plane. And I don't know how, ever. I don't know how to get off the show. Now, early days, I'd hit like an hour and something in my brain would be like, just turn off the camera. Turn off the camera now. Turn off the camera now. Turn it off, leave, run, leave now. And fighting through that, I think, generated a lot of good energy. And now that hits at like 2.5 hours to 3 hours. But so I think the reason that we code to games so often, Josie, is and I think there's good stuff behind it as well, and I think it's forced me to be better as a host and stuff. The reason I think games are done is because the USP of streaming is that we are live and we are interacting with you and we're really here. And so I think people end up with solutions for stream ideas that are interactive because it's using one of the best things about the media, right? Like if I wanted to just do a monologue, I could just do a monologue without the chat being here or me talking to people. So I think that's where all the games come from. And games are a good way to think about it in the wider context. Games are like me saying, okay, we're going to do this for a bit and this for a bit. When I say this, you do this, and then. But you're right, it does. I think you can get yourself locked into it a bit. And that's, again, part of the Late With Catbox Show was the idea that I need to go in blank, like effectively blank, and figure it out as I go. Because I've got some stream ideas in the back pocket, like Catbox paints the face of God from memory. That's still half worked out, and I've bought some of the stuff that I need to do that. I left my wallet at the top of the Empire State Building, and the lifts are broken. Another stream along the lines of the circus stream that at some point I'll do, I guess. Should do, at least. Whereas, if I keep inventing incredibly convoluted ideas for streams, I'm never going to do any, and I'm never going to get better at it. Funky, that's a lot of time to be free, but thank you for the gesture. I keep meaning to do a bounce. Anyway, serious talk over. Stream talk over. I guess I am streaming under just chatting. Would you prefer? What if I just put a TV show on? Yeah, I just worry that I'm losing out. I just can't compete in terms of cleavage, is the thing. You look at that category, and it's a lot of low-cut tops. And I just can't compete. I must improve my bust. I can't. No, a lot of people aren't. But they've established that as the hallmark of the genre. It doesn't matter what you feel about it. That's the baseline. That's true, I guess. It's like a nice little necklace for me. What is, Rosanna, what's subjective heads up? Sorry, subjective heat up. I don't think this, I wouldn't categorize this as a good stream. I would categorize this as... Yeah. 12. No. 15. No. 37. I've already... Oh, I was going to say it's a great stream. Hi, SK. Yeah, we streaming. We streaming. Between 1 and 50. 51. I think you're lying. I think if you're saying it's between 1 and 50, good chance it's not between 1 and 50. There was one point, was it Harry that stuck everyone's... Who was it? There's no second camera. Who was it that had a load of... I think it was Harry. Yes, it was the Drippy Tap stream. I streamed from my shower for a bit of that. That is the one time you will see me streaming alongside water, because unlike some people, I try not to let my technology and water mix. That was your first stream? I don't believe you. I'm pretty certain. I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. I'd never razz you. I think he's picking up. I think this guy's picking up on it. No, I think maybe 2 more goes. Maybe 2 more goes. I think I can get away with 2 more goes. That was a good stream. That was a really good stream. Brady, all of your streams are so special. And it's not just because your tops are off. That's icing. I remember there was one stream that you did where like there was one stream you did where like you framed out most of your face. It was like, it was really close in and then like up. I don't know whether it was deliberate, but it was a little like, it was like kind of tough to see what was going on. I love that. Something about like, oh, I'm just gonna make this difficult to pass. Love it. Yes, yeah. It's easier than you think, but also harder in ways you haven't processed yet. I'm glad. It's just I'm changing the. I mean, what second camera? $47. You had all the numbers between 1 and 50. Josie Russell bursting on the scene with a full studio setup. I'll run you through it. You want it? If you want an intro to OBS, I'll run you through it. Nice. Can you feed a webcam into it? OBS isn't like... You can do a lot in it. I couldn't do anything better than Sean. Just listen to Sean. I don't like how rosy my cheeks are being made by the light. You can always stream from your phone as well. Bridanta? Yes. Oh no, yeah, King of Time, Sammy Pill. You can go deep. Streaming you can go really deep on. And I still don't understand audio routing. I always forget what the name is of the good program Sean uses for getting audio at the same time. And I can't ask him again because I've asked him like 3 times. But I can't search for it because I can't remember any of the parts of the words of this. It's... Don't wanna... It's the one... It's the one that you used all out of the north. Escape the North. Monkey streams. Not that then, but it's. We used it for Hat Game. It's not like Fugi Tech. Is that it? Nice, okay, cool. I thought it was like Vox something. Now this is really behind baseball. We're getting really deep in behind baseball. Nice, cool. And that's where that V is. See, I remembered the V. My head was very clear there was a V in there somewhere, and I was like, I don't understand Spout, incidentally. I need to ask you about Spout. Also, I'm really bad at watching. YouTube tutorials. I'm really struggling. I got this. You can't tell. I could have no kegs on. Well, I've been working at the pit, and the pit is like 3 hours where I'm just sat doing nothing. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do some homework. No, you don't need to know code. This is Sicko's JPEG shit. That Sean's dragged me up. I don't even know what SQL is. SQL? Oh, is that where they send you from ages 5 to 18? SQL? It's a bit. That count as a bit? Not showing off. I'm just saying, Sean. Just saying, I'm committed. Streaming is a piece of piss. Is it a ski hat? Can I ski? I think I can ski. I don't remember ever skiing. It's already aspirational enough, SK. I don't think we need to add in top hats. I'm not gatekeeping nothing, Bread Santa. Gate's wide open. Come on in. Come in and pet the goats. Come in and pet the cat. Also, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Ooh. No, in the law of the streams, that my stream is the stream in which you're allowed to say Dr. Piss, and Sean's stream is the stream I'm not allowed to say Dr. Piss in, because I got in trouble for selling cans of piss. I accidentally bought 1 million cans of piss, and I had to sell them, and the hat game was designed as a front to sell cans of piss. But then it was taken over by Dr. Clem, who edged me out of the business. Do you know what I'd love to do? I'll tell you what I'd love to do at some point. I'd love to watch SK. Do you remember when I told you about Fire, Ice and Dynamite? SK, do you remember when you info dumped about Book Club to me, and then I info dumped about Fire, Ice and Dynamite to you? I'd like to stream that film. I went up with SK once, and it was just like, here's a special interest of mine for 20 minutes. Here's a special interest of mine for 20 minutes, and then we can talk. But first, I need to talk about this DVD. Absolute JPEG gif of Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Did you know Arnold Schwarzenegger lived in Chesterley Street? Arnold Schwarzenegger used to live up the road from me. He lived with a couple of he lived with a guy called Citroni, who also ran the Northeast Italian Mafia. I've always got big playground energy. I think it's my chubby little cheeks. Yes. Wonderful. SK, have you watched it? What do you think? Answers on a postcard. Okay. I'm sorry, and I will keep just yum 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 yum. Well, you know, they're not mucking around in Venice anymore. Here we go. There he is. That's at Rococo, a rest in peace, a great dingy place. Never went to it, but like, that's Arnie in the Northeast. John Citroni. Now this is the face of a man from the Northeast. I love this. That's mad. This is like absolute beautiful photo. Peak 60s stuff, and it's just, oh, here's Arnold. Who made this? Who made this? Oh, it just links. It links back to there, but then the original image has been. Oh, sorry, this is at Granny Annie's. That's really funny. It's on Roca Seafront. Anyway, sorry. I like... the chicken co-op. Wait, Big Pop, are you from Northeast as well? I know Gomo is. I know Bird is. I did know that, and that's bullshit. That is rude. Why can't you talk like a farmer? Whereabouts in Wales are you from? My family's from Llandudno. I've got an uncle called Billy Christmas who used to run the funicular. I remember when... So I was talking to my grandmother, and she just sits there and she just like turns to you, and this is why it's great to talk to relatives. And she said, "Oh yes, you've got a great uncle called Billy Christmas who used to run the funicular." I keep losing my mind. What sort of sentence is that to say? You've got an uncle called Billy Christmas who was born on the 24th? Yeah, we were in coal. We were in coal actually, so get a load of that, Leadfoot. Thanks, Buzz Josie. Now, do you know what I'm really sad about? Do you know what I'm really sad about? I've got a third camera that's broken that I tried to set up as well. And it's broken, and I'm not going to remember this bit. Oh yeah, absolutely. Right. Top tier jobs. Greatest jobs of all time. Job ranking. We're job ranking, right? We're job ranking. Number 1, lollipop person. Absolutely, right? No doubt about it. Okay, city planner, great. Not as good as lollipop person. Your single job is to protect children from terrifying metal beasts, and you are given a staff that controls them. You are given quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, 2 lead miner. Where's coal miner on that list? Been hanging out with Big Papa too much. Okay. One of the greatest works of fiction of all time, Lord of the Rings, right? Gandalf has a stick and has to safely guide little people past the monsters. Yeah. Number 1, lollipop person, without a doubt. We can mess around with the other ones. I'm just saying, lollipop person is, without a doubt, the greatest job of all time. There is no better job. You don't have to be. Yeah. You turn up in the morning. Sometimes they kind of... Because not everyone wants their kids having sugar and stuff. Some people try and keep the kids off sugar. Like, good luck. But you know. Okay. Number 2. And I'm willing to take feedback on this one. I'm willing to accept. This is why Buzz Josie is the GOAT. These are really good. These are tough to choose. Brent Santa, right? Brent Santa, can you... Brent Santa, can you expand on this? Brent Santa? Which batter? Who's batter? I don't like Lollipopper. Okay, yeah, we can do Lollipoppers. Alright, yeah. I'm not shutting it. Not for another 2 minutes at least. Technically 2 minutes plus 6 minutes, so 8 minutes. You've got minimum 8 more minutes of the show before I'm allowed to turn it off. Lollipopper Peter, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Incidentally, a person, it can be one of your alts. It can be one of your alts, Big Popper. I don't think Calico's in the chat tonight, but Calico's like a real life friend of mine. And I was saying, like, I'll just give you a button to turn off the stream. It'd be really funny just to give one member of the chat the ability to just to stop the stream at any given point. Just like turn. That's it. You don't get to do it anymore. And oh, Papa Peter. And the fun thing about Caltico is I know Caltico will really agonize over it. It's the poison gambit from the Princess Bride, but with a button that turns off the Late Show. SK, I think you're forgetting about Washington DC. There's no clowns in the circus because they're all in Washington. Right. Who's the median job? 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 That's satire, baby. Who's the median job? I don't even remember. Someone who taught median job is shelf stacker at a garden centre. Why? Because it's gardening? Because it's gardening? Chat show ghost? Why they give this own show to Tad Ghostal? Any minute he can go mad postal. Keep waving that power band space cannon. So median is shelf stacker at a garden centre. Cat show ghost. Okay, so now we're coming in on like over-unders, which is a bit easier. Yeah, no, T-Flow, I think this is brilliant. I think this is genuinely brilliant. Additionally, you're taking them out of what is a natural environment and you're putting them in a capitalist environment. So it's nice because you're organising the plants, but you're essentially perverting nature by doing so. Like, that's good. I'm going to be thinking about this a lot. Chat show ghost is medium. Is being a ghost on a chat show? Is being a ghost on a chat show better or worse than stacking shelves at a garden centre? Oh, fuck. He's done it again. Why they give his own show to Tad Ghostal? Any minute he could go mad postal. Keep waving that power band space cannon. Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay? Funky, do you want to... because they sail like a beautiful, beautiful bird right over my head, Josie. That's why. I love a pun. If I'm not reacting to a pun, it missed me. Because I'm dumb. Okay. What am I looking at here? What is this? This is so good. What? What? I'm grandma, I'm happy and healthy. I'm grandma, I'm happy and healthy in the chats, please. I got right. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. Great, great, great. What do you mean? No, it's not failed. It's fine. It worked. Right, fine. I do this. I do this. I do this. I do this. Can you tell me about the pros and cons of being a ghost in your job? I used to teach creative writing in a prison. That was all about the pros and cons. Oh, we got one of those ghosts in the chat. Top of the dome, baby. There's a lot of bits that people need to cash in. So eventually I'm going to run out of good top of the dome stuff. Also, my keyboard is running out of battery. I feel that we're all spelling, or at least sense radical here. But occasionally, when we do a typo, we discover a new, more enjoyable sentence. And it's nothing on the original sentence. It's just fun for the new people discovering a new sentence. Sometimes it's a novel sentence, a full new. Okay, so SK linked a very, very good comic that they did. And like, I love that after a while you can just pick up just like images and shapes and like tonal things. This is a peak SK channel. peak SK humor. You showed this to me on its own, I'd be like, that's SK. Abraham Lincoln, he's hissing from under a curtain. Of course it's SK. Okay, typo hype. Also, Funky, what are you talking about pretending? You're one of the smartest people I know. Oh, you... No. Have I missed... Good night. No, okay, we're good. Good night, Rosanna. Sleep well. And... no matter how many pillows you use, you are valid. We are a pillow accepting chance. These 4? I got 4 pillows knocking around. Do you know what? Big Papa. It's a hot summer night, right? You wake up about 1 a.m. It is warm. The air feels like another blanket. What's this? Just in arm's reach. Tactical reload. It's a cool pillow. I've got that to hand. I've got cool pillow to hand. I don't even need... Right? I've got 2 pillows in the chamber. Me. Right? But I got backup. Let's take this up. We are well off this topic. Everyone's like, oh, why? No one's thinking about the summer reload. So, your boy Catbox has been just knocking back antidepressants for about the last year. And eventually caught up with him, and his brain just fully stopped working about like a month ago. You'll be noticing I've not done a lot of streams, and that's because I've got no guarantee I'm going to be awake. And I build my entire evening, or my entire week around making sure I am awake for Friday night, because it's the one stream I will not give up on. Anyway, this is beside the point, right? Sorry for getting real, it's important context. One of the things sertraline or SSRIs do is they mess around with your heat perception. So your body doesn't quite know what temperature it is, and it's not good at cooling itself down or having the clues to cool itself down. So I had to get one of these things that you get for dogs. I had to get one of these things that you get for big dogs who can't keep themselves cool because they're too chunky because they had too many sausages. And I have to put that for me to go to sleep because I'm too hot. Catbox too hot. Don't dox the box. Catbox too hot. I'm cooking. Oh, Catbox, you're running a fever. No. I've lost touch with what temperature it is. It's just like cooling stuff. It's like, I don't know, some sort of cooling gel stuff. And the mad thing is it absorbs heat like nobody's business. So when you wake up in the morning, it's like super hot. It's super hot. Because it's absorbed heat for ages, so you gotta get rid of that quick. Oh, it's literally just Brady, everyone that wants to know, I'll drop you a link to the product on Amazon. Do not freeze it. One night I was like, oh, I'm gonna freeze it. That'll be nice and cool. No, reader. It was too cold and it was hard. I was lying on stones. I was lying on icy stones for a bit. And then presumably at some time around 3 a.m. it was nice. I ain't got space. I've got my homemade kimchi in there. I ain't got space. And so scared to open my jar of homemade kimchi because it's been bubbling for a while, and I tried to open it before and the top of the jar was stuck on, and now I think if I open it, it'll explode and I'll get stinky lettuce everywhere. And I've not reached a point in the last month where I'm like, I'm prepared for stinky lettuce explosion, and I'm too scared to open it, and now it's just in my fridge, and I know at some point it's going to explode, but I don't know when. So every time I open it, I'm like checking on this kimchi, like, oh my god, what's going to happen to it? I'm living in fear. I've Unabombed my own fridge with homemade kimchi. Anyway, I'm doing fine. It's not actually lettuce, it's... Alright, I'm fine. Okay, so I've got a little label. Are we going to focus on the label, please? Catbox's deadly kimchi recipe. Can we get a little bit of focus on the label, please, camera? We're gonna... No. Okay, fine. I bottled this on the 18th of February. It is pak choy, carrot, radish, onion, spring onion, garlic, ginger, gochujang paste, and mirin. Technically, it's a boiled water mirin pickling base that I put in on the top of this, but you also get a lot of moisture out of breaking whatever your like lettuce equivalent is. I just had a shit ton of pak choy that was going to go off. Pak choy is like lettuce, but if it was less wide. And I'm scared. I'm scared of this jar. It's been just bubbling away. It used to not have bubbles in it, and now it's got bubbles in it. And the pak choy don't look great. Yeah, proper lanky, stinky lettuce. I'm terrified of this. Like, the last thing I want to do is just shake it or something, because then you'd release a load of it. I'm not going to do it because I do want to do like a nice outro, but that would have been a funny point for me to just hit kill stream. I think that would have been funny, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't know. I've got almost zero memory of making this. I made this in a... I'll be honest, a manic episode. I mean, the lid of it's no good. Like, I don't care too much. I like the jar. The jar itself is quite nice. Because I did for a while as well. I was stripping... I have a load of old Warhammer models that I got as a kid in the 90s. And they're all covered in, like, really bad paint and not good, like, chunky stuff and whatever. So I had a few jars. I had some pickled ginger, and I had some kimchi, and I pickled a couple of other things. But I also had Warhammer models in there as well, in isopropyl alcohol. I called it my boy soup. I could never strip. Right? And I'll tell you why I could never be a stripper. And I don't think a lot of people think about this. I want you to imagine your shift as a stripper, right? You wake up, you have your breakfast, whatever, you get ready to go to work. So you put on your clothes, you go to work. You go to work, then you take off your clothes that you put on to go to work, and you swap into stripping clothes that you then strip, and then you finish your stripping, and then you go back and you put those clothes back on. And then you do that again and again and again. And then at the end of your shift, you have to get changed again back into your day clothes, your normal clothes, your walking around clothes, to leave, right? That's too much changing your clothes for anyone. I struggle with transition. I need 10 minutes in a new place. I can't hack it. I couldn't do it. If it was once, right? If your shift was you turn up in your day clothes and then you strip down from that and then you put them back on once, maybe, just maybe. Who says? Who says? Who says I'm cis? Who says I'm cis? I'm Sisyphus. Who says I'm cis? Get a load of this. Absolutely not. There's no way those are comfortable enough to wear on the bus. There's absolutely no way those are comfortable enough to drive in. And then anyone that's stripped, please inform. But like, I cannot believe that you're wearing that underneath. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like... Like the material will be wrong, and like the straps will dig on you, and just in the... Because they're not... The clothes that you wear to strip out of are not designed to be nice wearing clothes. They're designed to be... Studs feel weird on the jeans. Look, I don't know. I've never spoken. I've never spoken to a stripper. It's a lie. I once asked about getting. There was a big confusion. And he was very understanding. And I do have like a nice... Cashes. If you know anyone that has worked as a stripper, please, next time you're hanging out, ask them what the deal is with that. It's just fundamentally, and it's a similar thing that I can't get my head around, like how people work in a restaurant, right? Because, like, I think when I'm hungry, I go to find the food. But if I was always around the food, I'd always be hungry. I think a lot of people forget that they live a life where the rhythms of their day allow them to behave in such a way. And then quite often people do jobs that are just not conducive to having a sustainable rhythm in your life. That's fucked. That's mad. I don't think you should. I think the universe should be perfect. I need to stop doing this. I don't know what this bit is, but sometimes I'll say something and then I'll just be like a bit surly. I'll just go in, I'll just go like that. Hey, who's that? Why am I surly? Who am I being surly towards? I don't understand it. But it's fun to do. It's fun to just have a nasty little face sometimes. That's fun to do. That sounds like a Shandoxy gig. Shandoxy turns out, I think Shandoxy opens with being in a seagull costume. The Seven Duffs? Seven Duffs? Am I missing? Yeah. Okay, funky. What did you wear to the bar? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yes, real data. What did you wear to the bar? Me? When have I ever claimed that I knew all the Simpsons characters? When was this a requirement for me to do the stream? I don't get it. Joggers make sense. Joggers make sense. I guess maybe it's like the gym, right? The gym you wear, you usually have a change. But that, again, it's one change. I couldn't do multiple changes. I'm not Billy Christmas's kid. Billy Christmas is my uncle. Technically my great uncle. And also he was a confirmed bachelor. I do know Johnny Tight Lips. I do really like Johnny Tight Lips. Would people attacking you for not knowing every Simpsons character, Katie? Are you working through something here? Do you want to? Would you like some help working through something here? Who confirmed it? I don't know. Well, I am familiar with Frank Grimy Grimes, yeah. He invented grime music. It's just the sort of thing that people said or knew. Right, I'll tell you another story that I got from my dear grandmother. She was known as the hanging nurse because she was so pro-capital punishment. I want you to take a second to think about what it takes to be known as being pro. That's your nickname. Anyway. She told us once about growing up in Shotton. Small colliery village. Everyone knew everyone and knew everyone's business. And also in those days, if you were going to have a child, because your diets weren't super varied, the doctor would give you a bottle of concentrated orange juice and say you've got to drink some orange juice every morning to get your vitamin C levels up so that the baby will be healthy, right? Less jaundiced. So one day, they saw this young lass walking home from the shop. She had a bottle. Well, they didn't know it was from the shop. They saw this young lass walking home with a bottle of concentrated orange juice. And they got to whisper it. Not married, got a bottle of concentrated orange juice. You ever seen her drink orange juice before? No. What could it mean? It's only one thing it could mean. Unmarried? In sin? Who's the father? And so no one would talk to her. Like, she got absolutely, like, ostracized for weeks. You know, looking and stuff. And eventually someone talks to her and it's like, oh, you're not showing or anything. So what do you mean? Well, you're a few weeks on, you're not showing. What do you mean, a few weeks on? Oh. She just wanted some orange juice. You couldn't have a bottle of concentrated orange juice in those days. without someone assuming that you were living in sin. Hi, Rich off drugs. Rich, why are you dropping fire? I'm loving it. Where's the backing track, right? What's the backing track to this? I love it. Yep. Keep it coming. But I need some backing tracks here. Can I get a bit more from you? Back to relax. Got blooded behind our wall. Still getting calls. Tell Shottenham bounce back. Ain't had to question, bro. Tucker face about that. Staying on a mission. Could never relax. Is it June now? Oh shit. Some cats and boots and cats. Just drop a link. I'll click on. I'm famously naive for clicking on links. I'll click on any old link. I don't think it is. I think it causes great psychic harm to people to have sick bars and no beats. Yeah, it is 12 months. So technically, you need to work out the 30-31's breakdown. And then find out whether there's more 31s north and south of that. Houston, we have a bop on, so good. So good. So good. I still... There was a point where Funky said like, oh, this is fast. I was like, oh fuck. I programmed the drums too fast. I found on a YouTube tutorial to make a track roll, you need to put it at higher beats per minute. I never thought about the human being at the other end of the song who needed to say a word. What, just... Do you know what? These days, you can't have a moustache and do a voice without being Andy Barr. You can't do it. As soon as you grow a moustache, do a voice, that's it, you're Andy Barr. There's unique things about me. There's things about me that are unique to me. I made this kimchi. I'm scared. And that's called capitalism. Do you know what? I'm amazed that we haven't triggered a Josie zone yet. Because we only had 2 out of 3, but even then, with a bit of spamming, you should be able to get them. Without getting too inside baseball as well, I was very, very pleased that I managed to keep up Rory Stewart for 2 hours straight. I couldn't believe that. I do not normally stick in a voice. No, unfortunately, I couldn't get Sammy to correctly scan for just J-O-S-I-E in sequence. Something about the... From my understanding of the code, it should work. It accepts... Did I say very good? Don't understand nothing. Okay, I'm now beginning to lose the thread in chat. I need to end on the stream. Oh, no, I've never listened to him. I've never listened to him. I just did a sort of verbally. Okay. So the sort of thing that I was doing was a sort of basically I crossed Woody Allen with Hugh Grant, right? So you've got Hugh Grant's very and he's just a little bit, you know, and he's trying his very best, and he's very charming, and he's incredibly handsome, and he's almost unaware of it. And so as a result, he doesn't have to say a lot of words. And then you add a little bit of Woody. You know, he's insecure. He wibbles and wobbles. And then you mix them together. You wibble and wobble a little bit, and you end up with something that's relatively close for Rory Stewart. And it's simply one of the voices that you do. When you involve those voices together, this voice comes out. And I don't think that's something we should be picking on particularly or analysing. But that's the case. There you go. You meet Woody Allen and Hugh Grant together gives you Rory. Yeah, no, I did it for 2 hours straight. I don't normally do a voice for 2 hours straight. The accent coming out at the top of your song, Funky, was really good. I like the voice. Josie, you can do voices. There's nothing stopping anyone from doing voices. It's a bit like singing, right? When singers write songs, they only write songs that fit their voice. So they always sound good. Yes. I'm just worried about whether it works. You can do voices, SK. What are you on about? Of course you can do voices. Everyone can do voices. Oh no. Oh. You guys, I messed up real bad. And now this don't work. No. It was working before, and it took so long to make it work. And I thought it would work because it would happen. I thought it would work because it happened inside of the submarine, and it doesn't work. Doesn't even play the music. Okay, let's have a look in Josie Rainbow while this is going on. There you go, you can have a slightly different bit of music. Yeah, weirdly enough, I made this incredibly J.K. Rowling-esque in that it's just absolutely concerned with gender presentation with Josie's. It's very good on the white top there. That's really cool. I also like it on the yellow hat. Now it should actually stop the Josie zone, and I'm a little worried because the progress bar progress bar is gone. And the rainbow's still happening. Oh, there we go. We're good. We're good. We got away with it. So it does work. I've just broken also the progress bar. This is... I'm just not good at fixing things. I'm actually good at fixing physical things, but code things, I just get frustrated. Hey, Binko. Oh, that was cute. Why are you running out? You're being fed. Okay. Let's wrap up the show. I've went on longer than I intended, and that's not bad. I do want to fix it. I want to fix all of it. What, you're gonna get 3 cat boxes? Actually, technically, I do have Josie Long's username coded in. What? It'd just be a cat box. It'd just be a small box that plays a highly compressed, shows a highly compressed JPEG of my face whenever I'm in the chat. Well, yeah, like Josie Long sometimes pops in the chat. Not my chat, but like Sean's chat, so it's feasible that Josie Long could get raided across, and at that point, like, I can't not include Josie Long, who's one of the Josies in history. That'd be mad. He knows I want to pick him up, and he's like, yeah, would you like a special Josie Long edition? Thank you, Funky. And as always, thank you so much for joining me and enduring this stream with such patience and good humour. And this goes to everyone. It remains of it. Frankly, well, I've not made it yet. Let me fix the whole Josie zone and then add the Josie Long exception condition. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you so, so much. Right, let me scroll past my my thank yous, my proper thank yous. Thank you to Anthony D, the official Anthony D, who's followed us today. Thank you to Gregor, who's resubbed at tier 1. This is their 4th month in, and they continue to support my hats. Thank you to Sheriff Pup, the follow, and also thank you to Oracle Truth for a sub. Isn't that a lovely thing to do? And finally, thank you to my good friend Sean, he of the soggy keyboard, for a lovely raid this Friday night show. Let's head over to the exit screen. I'll try and find something to raid. Good night all, sleep well, be well, and if you see a turf, send them straight to hell. There you go, that's a new outro. That's a new outro, top of the dome. We go with that. Sorry, I put the wrong JPEG on. Sorry, I put the wrong JPEG up. Knowing that the guys are ranked. We rank those guys. Boss! Oh my god, goal boss. We've got so many more to deal with.